Hi guys, my name is Franklin and today I'm going to talk about food chains and food webs. Well, to start off, what is a food chain? Well, it is a hierarchy of series of organisms, each dependent on the next source of food. A food web is a model of interlocking patterns of food chains that depicts the flow of energy and nutrients into our more food chains. Usually what we see in a food chain is a consumer, which is an organism that is incapable of photosynthesis and must obtain its own energy by consuming on other organisms, also known as a heterotroph. A herbivore, which is a consumer that eats on other producers, also known as a primary consumer. A carnivore, which is a consumer that eats on other consumers. A primary consumer, which is an organism that feeds on other primary producers. A secondary consumer, a carnivore that eats on other primary consumers. A terrestrial consumer, which is a carnivore that eats secondary consumers. And finally, all of them are in the trophic levels, which is the successive levels of organisms consuming one another. And a positive and negative feedback loop can easily play a role in the food web, either good or bad. For example, when one species is removed from or added to a specific food web, the rest of the food web can be affected, either good or bad. Also, the way of how food chains work is how the arrows is a representation of the transfer of energy sources to one animal to another. So this is an example of what the food chain energy source would look like on a diagram. So the algae is the producer of energy, and the reason why the arrow is pointing to the fish is because the fish is the consumer. Thank you to everyone who has been watching this video, and I hope to have educated you on the processes of food chains and food webs.